Yeah.
Though that parade kicking off in front of an iconic Buffalo landmark.
Yeah, and it's where we begin tonight as restoration work finally gets underway at the Central Terminal. In fact, we're following up on the plans to bring this piece of history into the 21st century. The Central Terminal is quickly approaching its 100th anniversary. Doors first opened in the summer of 1929. Saw 10,000 people move through them each and every day. The last train left the station in 1979, and 5 years later, it joined national and state registers of historical places. In 1997, the Central Terminal Restoration Corporation took over the site, advocating for its survival every day since. And while plans to restore this landmark have been around for decades, the terminal only secured its first major funding just last year. Empire State Development announced $60 million for the terminal's restoration, the first $20 million released to the group late last year.
So all of that bringing us to tonight, and phase one of redevelopment is underway, but how soon could we see some real progress? I'm following up, checking in with the Buffalo City Council member whose district includes the Central Terminal, and this is all part of our ongoing commitment to staying on top of stories that matter to you.
The most and the newest exciting news is that a lot of the foundational work went out to bid, and they're now beginning work to stabilize and seriously stabilize the structure.
Councilmember Mitch Nowakowski says the Central Terminal in the Broadway-Fillmore neighborhood is finally getting the attention it deserves. Crews have been working for the past few months on the roof, parking area, asbestos abatement, electrical system, and more.
This Central Terminal has waited decades to finally receive such significant support, and making sure that you get the right people on the job is critical.
Nowakowski says this is phase one of a redevelopment project that will take years. Are there talks to do anything like restaurants, perhaps a hotel?
Yeah, I think the future of the Central Terminal is really up to all of our imagination. I could see this spot being a destination where people want to host weddings and have a boutique hotel, but also having a multitude of uses that are seasonal and performance-based.
Some events already take place on the 33-acre property, like the Backpack Drive, Flu Shot Clinic, and Shakespeare in the Park. Nowakowski says they will continue to use the space while construction is underway.
There's also going to be a music festival. Buffalo is coming for their third year.
When do we think that this will all be complete?
I think that the road to success for the Central Terminal is going to be something that's ongoing, but I really think it's going to be in the next coming years. You'll really start seeing grave and large-scale development.
He says they're currently soliciting ideas from numerous developers, and he tells me the Central Terminal Corporation will continue to own the property, but likely enter into a cost-sharing agreement with a private developer.
Much like the Richardson complex, the state put in almost $100 million into that organization and brought it back to life, and it now is in the driver's seat where they can pick what developers or operators they have at that structure. So
this is going to be a community effort.
Yeah, this is going to really be something that you work towards for years to come. But I do believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a whole new grounds.
Well, the councilman also says progress looks different to different people. It's not all cosmetic. Nowakowski telling me there is a lot happening behind the scenes right now with planning to make sure this piece of history is preserved for years to come.